Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back. Now, there's all this talk about Blizzard adding WoW token to the Burning Crusade anniversary. I see people on Reddit, on forums, speculating what does it mean? Will it be a positive or a negative thing? How will it impact the economy? And I normally would not comment on many of these things, but here I think I should bring some clarity to a couple things. Now, what I'm about to say are my opinions, my predictions, and how I see things. I may be correct or incorrect on some or all of these things. Now, I'm talking about all the chatter that was sparked by Blizzard adding the WoW token assets to the patch last Tuesday, to the classic anniversary. That's the patch that broke things. That's the patch that cleared your sidebars and etc. Now, for those unfamiliar with WoW token, it's a currency that players can buy with real-life money and that can be used to pay for subscription, but it can also be traded via auction house for gold to other players. In a nutshell, it's a game subscription that can be bought and then traded, well, to another player for gold, just what I said essentially. Now, it's been in retail WoW for over a decade, and it was added to the 2019 Classic in 2023 during the Wrath of the Lich King. And it will most likely be added to the Anniversary Burning Crusade. Now let's break down some of the hot points that people have been raising. Now, first up, of course, the economy. How will it impact the economy? Will it ruin the economy? I hear and I see posts, people talking about doom and gloom, while I see also people saying, oh, it's going to be great, like we can buy gold legally, will not impact the economy. Now, many players fear that WoW token will devalue gold significantly. And I think this belief comes from not entirely understanding the mechanics of what gets traded for what. Now, so with the WoW token only being able to be traded for other players' gold and not be sold to vendors, it does not introduce any new gold into the economy. It actually removes a small portion of gold from the game, as it's sold via the auction house, and there's a 5% auction house fee. So the total gold, or the total amount of gold, is being reduced by 5% every time WoW token is traded. Now, with no new gold being introduced to the overall economy, it does not devalue the gold itself and does not result in an inflation, as the supply and demand balance is not affected by the sale of the WoW token. So if player A buys 3 tokens and sells it to player B, C, and D, those players are paying with the gold they already had. It's not adding any new gold. Now, one positive impact on the overall prices the WoW token will have for sure, it's actually going to reduce some of the gold being bought from the gold mafia, right? Was the legitimate way to buy gold from Blizzard. I would say most people would choose that versus buying the gold from the gold mafia, even though it'll be less expensive. It'll be a better deal, so to say, from the gold mafia. Now, the gold mafia will have the less need to run so many gathering bots and gatekeep the prices for the consumables. Now, the reason the mongoose currently costs upward of 30 gold is because 90% of the herbs are collected by the gold mafia's bots. I mean, go to Angora or any other zone that spawns high-value materials. At any given time, day or night, on every layer, there are armies of bots running timed loops, hitting all the resource nodes, collecting all of the materials. Now, having lion's share of the supply, Gold Mafia dictates the prices on the materials, consumables, and services, artificially inflating them, so they can turn around and they can sell the gold back to us, the whales. Now, and with everything costing so much, we tend to buy more gold from the gold sellers, and then we just give it back to them with ever-inflating prices. Now, the gold mafia does not need gold. Just like the drug mafia, the real mafia, it needs the dollars. It doesn't need the product they sell. They want the end result. The end goal is to get the US dollars. In this case, was the WoW gold. And with the dwindling supply of dollars, as many people will not be buying gold from the gold mafia, but using the token, it'll have less and less need to run these bots collecting all the materials to sell it to us for this exorbitant amount of gold when nobody's buying that gold, right? So it'll use the same bots to run other things, other loops in other games. I mean, the gold mafia doesn't just work for WoW. I mean, every game where anything could be collected and sold for US dollars or for whatever real world currency, they're there. So, with lessening the control of resources should bring the prices way down, helping the overall state of the economy, in my opinion. Now, the Burning Crusade will also help heal the economy. With the TBC increased level cap and increased level of monsters, the gold reward will also be increased, which in turn will negate the large quantities of gold that are in the economy already. Now, let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with what I'm saying? Does it even make sense? I want to hear from you. Please comment below. Now, before we go and break down some of the other hot topics or points, I want to ask you all for a small favor. If you find this video informative or at all interesting, please hit like and especially subscribe. Help my young channel grow. Help me hit full monetization, for which I need 1,000 subs. Thank you so much. Now, the second most common concern that I've heard is that token brings pay to win to the game. And in the perfect world, I would 100% agree with you. Currently, in the current phase of the Anniversary Fresh, one can buy very powerful BOE weapons from Nax Trash for large quantities of gold. One can buy boosts, other services, etc. Being able to fund all that with real wallets is pay to win. It's an unfair advantage over people who are not able to buy gold with real life money. But it's already here. It's already here and it's on the massive scale, token or not. So unless we're going to ban and exterminate the parasitic gold mafia, the argument is invalid. Pay to win is already here. Here it's on the massive scale never seen before. I don't think WoW token is going to add any more pay to win than we already have. Now, all that token will do is legalize and make it more formal. And maybe a little bit more safe, as where you're not sharing your credit card information with a shady bot farmer behind a VPN in Eritrea or who knows where. So while yes, token does have a strong element of pay to win, it is a lesser of two evils in my opinion. Pay to win is already here and it's here to stay, token or not. Now, third most common concern that I hear is that it's players who have diligently farmed large amounts of gold. Players like myself, spending dozens of hours farming or playing the auction house, not buying the gold, but accumulating over the countless effort and hours spent the way the game intended for the gold to be accumulated, right? And like I said, I'm one of those players. I have a lot of gold that I have farmed or other ways generated myself. I have never bought and I will never buy gold from the gold mafia, from the gold farmers. That concern is that it took us so long, to get the gold, to farm it ourselves, and now somebody can simply put a credit card in and they have same amount or larger amount of gold than us. Well, I mean, it's kind of here already anyway, right? I mean, the gold buying is already here. Again, this argument kind of gets invalidated by the fact that you already can do that from the gold sellers. Now, but I also think there is a benefit to this whole ability. Now, we can actually invest, people with a lot of gold, we can actually invest and buy a large quantity of tokens and just keep them, not use them for subscription. Kind of like gold in real life, right? People with a lot of money, they may buy some gold bars and, keep it to fight off the inflation. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be sitting at 70% token, 30% gold personally. And lastly, one very common concern that I hear is that WoW token is straight out of retail. That it has no place in Classic, it breaks the spirit, and only belongs in retail. And I agree to a point. Now, it is retail. It's 100% retail. And if it was true, perfect world, classic era WoW or classic WoW, you'd be absolutely right. It would have no place. But we do not live in the true classic WoW. You know the saying that goes, desperate times call for desperate measures? Well, Gold Mafia was an army of bots powered by AI, also does not belong in classic WoW. But yet it's here. So, with that, desperate times calls for desperate measures. Classic WoW got invaded and infested by a disease that is killing it, and Blizzard is not willing to provide the cure. The coin, in my opinion, while not the cure, it is the medicine that'll help with the symptoms. Yes, it's out of the retail, it doesn't belong in Classic, but it is needed in my opinion. But did I miss anything? Did I miss any other concerns? Does this help at all kind of understanding? Again, this is my prediction. This is how I see WoW token impacting the Burning Crusade or, Classic Anniversary. I really want to hear your thoughts and feedback. Let me know in the comments. What is your guys' opinion? Well, thanks for watching, and I will see you in Azeroth.